guys, today's video is going to be talking about how to deal with triggers. One of you guys asked me in a Q&A like last month how to deal with triggers, and I thought that would actually be a good question to do a whole video on. Obviously, there are so many different kind of triggers that trigger totally different things, so this video isn't super specific and not all points will work for maybe your particular situation. The first thing that you can try when you get triggered that I find really helpful is trying to rationalize. So just kind of thinking like, where is this person coming from? Like, what's their perspective and their view, and what experiences do they have? And what did they mean or intend with that comment or thing that they said? Right when you hear the comment or right when you get triggered, it's an emotional response. So try and bring some logic into that and rationalize with just that immediate emotion, wanting you to engage, feeling so triggered. Because often when people say comments, they don't mean for them to be triggering. The next thing is just when you get triggered, take care of yourself. Yeah, so maybe you just need to get out of the situation and just take a step back from people and just take some alone time. Maybe you need to do some self-care, go for a walk, listen to some music, call an inspirational friend, whatever you need to do, just kind of assess what you need in that moment to help you feel a bit better and keep your head in a better place, and do it. The next thing is to hold yourself accountable. Someone may have said something super triggering, but you still have to eat your snack, you still have to eat lunch. Really hold yourself accountable and don't let the trigger affect your behavior. Recognize that you're being triggered really badly and that you want to engage because of that trigger, but that it's not the solution in the long term. And that engaging might make you feel better in this moment, but it's not the answer long term, and long term it won't make things better, it won't make you feel better. Yes, it sucks that you've been triggered. It's unavoidable sometimes, but don't let it affect your behavior. Really try and keep yourself accountable. The next thing is to, if you can, remove external triggers. Obviously, not all triggers can be removed, and all triggers shouldn't be removed because we do need to get exposed to them. We do need to be able to deal with them, so we don't want to just take away all the triggers because then we'd be living in a bit of a bubble. But if there are some kind of extra unnecessary triggers that you could get rid of to make things easier on yourself, do it. If you need to set a boundary with your friend who keeps making comments about what you eat or your body, do it. If you need to unfollow some accounts on Instagram, if you need to unlike some pages on Facebook, unfriend some people on Facebook, do what you need to do. The only one that you're hurting by not doing that is yourself. You're only making it harder for yourself if you don't do those things. The next thing is also something I find super helpful, and that is to recognize that we have eating disorders and other people don't. For me, a lot of times triggers come from people who don't have eating disorders. Maybe they're going to the gym a lot, maybe they don't eat some things and they do eat other things. It looks like they're not eating a snack or whatever it is. Lots of times I just have to remind myself that they have an eating disorder. Reminding myself that I have an eating disorder and they don't. They can do whatever they want because they don't have an eating disorder. For me, that is a really important distinction. We're sick, so we have different limitations than other people do. And it also adds a bit of like fuel to recover because I want to be able to do the things that they can do. The next thing is misery loves company. This is probably what I do the most when I get triggered. I call a friend or I text them and I just reach out and I go, oh my goodness, you don't believe what just happened. This is so frustrating. I'm so triggered. I'm so angry right now. I can't believe they said this. I can't believe this happened. Ugh. And I just vent and I just rant, and I'm not really looking for advice or for them to try and like fix the problem. I'm just looking for some moral support and them just to be like, yeah, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened. That's super frustrating. I hope you're taking care of yourself, whatever. It's so nice to vent and to rant and have someone there with you who can just empathize with you and just be like, yeah, that really does suck. I find that super helpful. So the next thing you can try is something called opposite action. So this is, I think, a DBT skill where you basically hear what your critic or your eating disorder or your anxiety or depression wants you to do, and then you do the opposite. Obviously use this very mindfully because this could totally be abused. But basically this is saying, oh, my anxiety really wants me to isolate after hearing that comment. So the opposite action to that is, okay, so I'm gonna go spend some time with friends and I'm not gonna isolate. Really being mindful, like, okay, this is what my eating disorder wants me to do right now, so I'm gonna go do the opposite. It wants me to skip lunch after that super triggering comment, or I saw that super triggering picture, so I'm not gonna skip lunch. The last thing is just a reminder to use your coping skills. We all have different coping skills that work for us. When it comes to anxiety for me, I really like breathing. When it comes to eating disorder stuff, I like talking to a friend, I like going for a walk, I like listening to music, I like rationalizing. We all have different things that work, so maybe you can do some self-soothing, you can do mindfulness, you can do relaxation or breathing exercises, you can do some self-care, you can distract. Whatever coping skills you have that work for you, use them because they can really help in situations like this. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.